Hi there, this is Aaron Young with Laughlin Associates, and I want to take a few minutes to talk to you about what I consider to be the most critical thing that you need to do in your company, and it's also the most overlooked issue in almost every single small business that I ever run across. The issue that we're talking about here is keeping good corporate board records. What do I mean by that? Corporate records include things like holding regular shareholder meetings, holding regular board of director meetings, keeping minutes of the meetings, writing resolutions for the decisions that are passed, issuing stock, and so on. Now, most of you are closely held companies. That means there's just one or two or three owners. And when you have a very small company, most of you make your decisions on the fly. You talk about things around the water cooler. You're busy running your business and staying in business. And the idea of having formal board meetings and sending out notices about those meetings, or waiving the need to send out a notice for the meeting and calling the meeting to order and so on and so forth, those things seem silly and they seem kind of over the top. It makes sense for Apple to do that, or for General Electric, or for General Motors, but not me, not my small company. And yet, folks, the law requires that you keep these records. You've got to have regular meetings where you keep track of what's discussed, and you write resolutions for all kinds of things. Everything from opening a bank account, to loaning money, to borrowing money, to giving fringe benefits, to setting officer salaries, and on and on and on. Hundreds and hundreds of things that are required by law to keep track of. And yet most of us don't do that. I've said a lot of times as I've spoken around the country that we as business owners, when it comes to corporate records, we know we're supposed to do something, but we don't know what to do, and so we do nothing. And that is the most critical mistake you can make, because if you're ever faced with adversity, if you get into an audit, if you get into a lawsuit, maybe you go through a divorce or a partnership breakup, all of a sudden those corporate records are the only thing that will save you. It's the difference between life and death in your company and for your personal assets. And so I encourage all of you to learn about these corporate records, and we can answer lots of questions about this and help you understand what you need to do, when you need to do it, and make sure that you're not making that fatal mistake of ignoring your corporate record book.